Hello, hello. So we're going to go ahead and do the live glitch. Test it out, make sure it works. So this is a gift card to friends glitch. Essentially, the goal is to transfer this vehicle over to another account. So I'm going to do a couple gift card to friends transfers because I want to send this over to one account and then send it over to another account, and then after that the second account's going to do it's going to merge this with a Hakuchu drag, and then I'll sell them both at the Alice car meet. Alright, so currently I'm in an invite only lobby. So this is the car that I'm going to be transferring over. So the first thing I want to do is go over the requirements in order to be able to do the glitch. And the requirements, number one is it's in the name, gift card to friends, so you both have to be friends in PlayStation Network. So today we are the 30th of November, 6:50 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. And to do this glitch, both people who are doing the glitch need to have the following businesses. So in terms of businesses, you need to have the office, and the office can be purchased on money and services under the Dynasty Executive that you see on your screen here. And you can select whichever office you want. If you're going to do a lot of merging as well, you may, and depending on how much money you have, you may want the Maze Bank Tower. But if you're not planning on doing any merges and you're mostly going to do gift card to friends glitch, then it could be, whatever office you want. So I have the Maze Bank. No, I have the one that I have is the Maze Bank Tower because I do a lot of merging as well. So Maze Bank Tower is the one in green here that I have. So if you just select offices, it's just only the offices will show up. And if you only select the agencies, so the green one is the one I have. But what you need in terms of the glitch is you need to have offices. So buy whichever office you want. Within the office, you have a couple businesses. So when you purchase the office, inside the office there's a laptop. In the laptop you need to purchase the vehicle warehouse. It's the middle business. So when you're in the laptop, you'll need to make sure that you're able to get the middle business, the vehicle warehouse. Other things that you need in terms of business is you need a bunker. You both need a bunker. So if you go to foreclosure Maze Bank, and you select one of the bunkers that you see on the screen here. You need to select any of these bunkers. If you're planning on using a bunker as a business, make sure you select a bunker that's going to be useful to you. I use mine as a business, and I have the Shumash bunker, but it's an expensive one. Beyond that, you're going to need to, in terms of other equipment and so on, you need to have a vehicle that goes in the vehicle warehouse that you can buy a Warstock cash and carry. And in the Warstock cash and carry, you need to go to the vehicles that say import export DLC and that have the ability to take on more than one passenger, so minimum 2 passengers in that vehicle under the import export DLC. So as you go through the list of vehicles, you'll notice that part of the gun running, that's not the one you want. Part of the heist update, that's not what you want. What you want is the part of the import export. And there's 7 out of 8 vehicles that are eligible for this glitch. So you have the ramp buggy, the Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, the Armored Boxville, the Wastelander, the Rocket Voltic, the Ruiner 2000. Again, if you look at this little silhouette here where it says 2, that's the number of passengers that this car can carry. So anything below 2, so equal to 2 or above is eligible. Blazer Aqua is not an eligible vehicle, even though it's part of the import-export. So then you need two criteria. It's part of the import-export, and it has to have at least 2 passengers that are able to get onto it. So Ram Buggy, Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, Wastelander, Armored Boxville, Rocket Baltic, Bruner 2000. Those are the 7 that are eligible. Furthermore, both people need to be able to own a mobile operation center, which again can be purchased at the Warstock Cash and Carry. And it's the 4th banner to the bottom right here, Mobile Operation Center, that you see on your screen. Further to that, you absolutely need both of you to have Bay 3 personal vehicle storage. So when you renovate the Mobile Operation Center, this is what you absolutely need to have in order for the glitch to work. So those are what the requirements are in order for the glitch to work. And one thing that you must take into consideration is that the vehicle warehouses must be vehicle warehouses that are not in the same location. So my vehicle warehouse for this character is over here, as you see on the screen, and the other character's vehicle warehouse is around here. You cannot have both of them here or both of them here for me. It would not work. Alright, now that all the settings and requirements are out of the way, we're going to do the glitch. Now, this is what you need to be able to glitch. In order to do the glitch, as you're doing the glitch, you're also going to need a donor vehicle, a vehicle that you're going to delete as that vehicle, and that vehicle is going to get replaced by the vehicle that is being received. So if you're the recipient, you need to have a donor vehicle, and it needs to be stored in the back of your MOC. That's why you need personal vehicle storage. So if there's a vehicle right now that's stored in the back of your MOC and you don't want that vehicle to get deleted, you need to change it with a different vehicle with a donor vehicle that you don't mind. Perfect. So all of the settings and requirements are out of the way. So this is how I do the gift card to friends glitch that really works well for me. First of all, the person who is gifting goes into their vehicle warehouse and starts a CEO. Then I invite the other person into my CEO, so then I can invite them into the vehicle warehouse. This does 2 things. 1, makes it easier for the other person to get to my vehicle warehouse without having to travel. Secondly, it prevents the person from traveling to end up in some sort of gang war or some sort of police chase or some sort of issue. I'm also doing this in an invite-only lobby or a close friend lobby. And the reason for that is because the more people that are in the lobby, in the session, the more risk of issues occurring. Alright, so once the receiver is inside of the vehicle warehouse, I exit my CEO, I retire, and then I re-register again. This will kick out the receiver from the vehicle warehouse. Again, you're in the gifter's vehicle warehouse. Now the receiver is going to be outside, and I'll just show you where they stand, where my characters stand. So the receiver's over here, and they're gonna go in their blue interaction menu. So this is what they're doing. I'm not doing this myself. They're gonna go in their blue interaction menus, service vehicles, and then go to mobile operation center, then request their mobile operation center. Those are the steps you see on the screen, but it's gonna be the other person who's receiving the car that's gonna do that. So they've gone ahead and done that. Now they're going to go into the map and check where that vehicle, where the mobile operation center has spawned, and they're going to send you a screenshot, or they're going to send the gifter a screenshot. That's why they're in the pause menu, because that map is the pause menu. So we're going to talk about the pause menu later, but I just wanted to show you. At this point, the gifter, this is something I really strongly recommend. The gifter is the one who goes and picks up the Mobile Operations Center, the MOC. So the gifter is the one who picks up the MOC because they know where to park it. When you do this enough times, the person who's gifting, who's, it's their vehicle warehouse that you're doing this at, they know exactly where to park. Alright, so the gifter goes and picks up the MOC. So what that means is you got to make sure both characters as well are able to get into each other's vehicles. There's a lot of little settings you got to think about. A lot of little things, but it's not really that hard. So you drive over the MOC. As the gifter, you avoid any kind of police interaction, any kind of issues, or killing people that's going to cause stars, or any gang wars. So as you near your vehicle warehouse, you certainly want to make sure you start to slow down, because you're going to park the MOC somewhere really good, somewhere where it's easy for the other person to see that blue circle behind the MOC. Alright, so this is where, for this vehicle warehouse, this is the location I find is the best to park it for as the gifter, and then the receiver will go and check what's behind in their MOC. Again, the last thing you want is all of a sudden there's a car in the back of your MOC that you did not want to delete, and you do the gift card to friends glitch and you've deleted it. So there's no vehicle in the back. So I'm going to grab a cheap NPC vehicle, or a vehicle that can actually get stored in the back of the MOC. And store it. So the person who's receiving the car needs to have a donor vehicle. And once you store the vehicle in the back of the MOC as the donor vehicle, you walk out, you walk back into the MOC, and then you drive out. Because I am using two consoles, I like to invite the other character into the MOC, just makes it easier for me. And then I drive out. Spawning, in my opinion, is always a lot faster than actually walking around or driving. But that's because I have two characters. I control two consoles. Alright, once you're outside and you're both in the vehicle and the receiver's the one driving, the gifter needs to go into the pause menu, the one that we mentioned earlier, where the little map is. And then once they're in the pause menu, the receiver will drive towards the blue circle. And once they get prompted to park the vehicle, store the vehicle in your mobile operation center, they press the right on the D-pad, they press on the button to the right arrow button, only once, so that the gifter gets kicked out automatically. And then you gotta park the vehicle further away to avoid any kind of issues. And then the gifter invites the receiver to their MOC. Sorry, to their CEO. So the gifter invites the receiver to their CEO, and then the gifter will bring out a special vehicle, one of the vehicles we talked about that go into the vehicle warehouse. So in your blue interaction menu under manage vehicles, it says request special vehicle. There's a lot of special vehicles, so it's not just the vehicle warehouse vehicles that are here. So just because it's here doesn't mean it's going to be eligible. Only the ones I mentioned at the beginning, where I was talking about which vehicles are eligible, are the ones that are eligible. So in my situation, I can use the ramp buggy. So I request the ramp buggy, and then I'm gonna get into as the gifter, you get into the driver's side, and then I open up your blue interaction menu, and then the receiver will get into the vehicle. Now you leave, the receiver doesn't open up their blue interaction menu until after you gently nudge the garage door. So the receiver opens up their blue interaction menu only when you get notified that it's open. You press circle to close yours as the gifter. This will bring you into the vehicle warehouse, and it's going to leave the receiver in the vehicle. So the receiver waits to get kicked out of the vehicle automatically, at which point they leave the CEO, and then they request through their blue interaction menu again. They go to service vehicles, and then they go to mobile operations center, request mobile operations center. Again, they send a screenshot to the gifter on where that mobile operations center will spawn, and the gifter goes and picks it up. Okay, so as the gifter, you go pick up the mobile operations center. You can do this many ways. I prefer to teleport. Part of the reason I like to teleport to the MOC is because it also allows me to test the ANOX. Because I also do merges, and I do a daily merge video where I can. So most days I do a merge video, and teleporting uses ANOX. So I test both ANOX that way. If the ANOX work for teleporting, then the merge, the car-to-car merge will technically work. All right. Now I go and bring back the MOC to the vehicle warehouse, to my own vehicle warehouse. And then the receiver will just stand very, very still. You don't do anything to avoid any kind of gang wars or police activity or anything of that sort. And again, bringing back the MOC. Just make sure you park it somewhere very, very good, and that you don't cause any conflict issues. Alright, this is a really good parking job. And the receiver goes in the back of the MOC and hides by pressing R1. At which point the receiver will go and stand in front of the blue circle, press down on the D-pad, select the character, and press circle after they see the alert. They do this 3 times. Press down the D-pad, select the character, press circle. And then you enter into the blue circle and you select the option enter alone. If you don't have any option when you go into the MOC, like you can just go into the MOC, it means that you forgot one step, and that's to be friends on the PlayStation Network. Because you need to see 2 options there, otherwise it's not going to work. Now once the receiver has done that, they will notice that they're in an absolutely complete black screen, not even a loading circle. That's exactly what you want. And they stay there as long as possible until the gifter brings the vehicle that they're gifting over to this specific spot here. So I'm going to bring up the map and I'm slowly going to zoom in. And I'll slowly zoom out. So this is where you need to be, and that's where the car needs to be spawned, or driven or placed, in order to make it easier for the person to receive it. At this point, the person receiving it presses down on the D-pad once you let them know that the vehicle is available. And then again, they try to remember which character they selected earlier. with the right joystick, they aim towards that character. They let go of both buttons, and then they press circle when they get the alert, and then they press triangle to get into the vehicle. Once they're in the vehicle, if you're doing this back to back, they'll be able to invite you to their vehicle warehouse. Now, I made a fatal mistake here, and that's in my vehicle preferences. I actually don't think I have them set as like that they can drive, and that's an issue because they need to be able to drive the vehicle. So vehicle preferences needs to be set to vehicle access to everyone. Otherwise, the person can't get out of that, cannot be in the passenger side of that vehicle. Sorry, cannot be in the driver's side of that vehicle. So if this happens to you, what you do as the receiver is you tell the gifter to allow you to drive the vehicle, to have access to the driver's side. Get out of your MOC, get back into your MOC. And then once you do that, you'll have access to drive the vehicle out. Because you need to drive the vehicle out, and then you drive it back in order for the vehicle to, at minimum, save in the game as your vehicle, as the receiver's vehicle. So I'm gonna bring this vehicle over to my vehicle garage. And then I'm gonna reverse the situation where I'm gonna change characters and I'm gonna receive this vehicle through my other character. First I'm gonna bring it over to my garage. So the give card to friends glitch works. So at this point, if you're at this point, there's nothing new you're gonna learn. Everything you've learned is already explained. So I wish you a really good day. And you can watch the rest of the gift card to friends glitches that I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to reverse the roles. So if you really want to know, okay, well, if you're the receiver and you really want to see what it looks like from your end, just keep watching this video. And then I'll show it from the receiver's side of things. I'm just trying to put this car beside the Hakuchu Drag, which is the next car that I'm going to gift. But I'm going to gift it to the female character on this account. Hey Doris. I'm doing my daily. I'm just doing the daily verification that it works for my own personal garages. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better, not that much better. What's up, Playboy? Cool. So I'm gonna transfer the Hakuchu Drag and this car onto the other account, and then with the other account I'm going to merge these colors onto the Hakuchu Drag, and then I'm going to sell both of these at the LS Car Meet. Yeah, look, I'm feeling well enough to do my daily tutorials and verifications, so I can confidently tell people if the merge glitch works. Because I get on a daily basis, people are saying that it's patched, and I just want to have an up-to-date video. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we're the 30th of November 2024, for anyone who's wondering how old this video. All right, let's receive the vehicles. Yeah. So I basically do this every single day. I try to do both glitches every day to demonstrate that it still works. Plus, it helps me to transfer over vehicles to my own characters to fill up my garages. But yeah, I was hella sick. Wow. I was still unwell this morning, so it probably started to feel better like maybe 3 hours ago. The two cars that I had earlier weren't selling very much, but it could have been just the time zone. I had the Xeno. It's probably still in the thumbnail. Oh no, I changed it. I had the Xeno Super, and I had the Devastate 8. It's hard to tell if people are into supercars or not. I think they are, but it's just they're expensive, or maybe I suspect that I had them up at a really weird time zone. I'll have them up another time too. But this character needs the Hakuchu drag so they can do the house races, and then that way, if I do house races, regular race once a week, that's like $700,000 weekly on both characters, plus the bunker, which is like 1.7 million, and so 1.7, 3.4 million per account. And then if I do the nightclub for, like, this is just one account. For two characters, you're looking at what's the nightclub mission selling at? 2.2 mil? That's 4.4. So on a weekly basis, like, I don't have to work very hard and I can make a lot of money. Oh, yeah. So do you have two of them now? Oh, you would have noticed that when you're doing the gift card to friends glitch. You would have noticed it was there. So that's cool. That's one. Oh, of modded cars. Your nightclub is full of modded cars. Oh, that's awesome.
All right, we might be ready to move on this thing. If you want to work, you'll get a knock on your door any minute.
Oh, don't at all. It's when you have when you start to accumulate cars, it's like really hard to stay organized. Part of the reason I do the tutorials, I do the tutorials on it on my own. It's just so this how quickly I can complete them. All right, so now I'm gonna do so these are the tutorials where I talk through the steps. So I'm gonna do the receiving cars. So once you're in the vehicle warehouse, you can leave the CEO, and then from here, you can, as the receiver, you request your mobile operation center from your blue interaction menu, go to Service Vehicles, Mobile Operation Center, Request Mobile Operation Center. Because what I do with these videos is I do them live, and then I post them as a video as well as my live feed. Okay, I'll let you know. It might be more Kayos though. Once you have your MOC has spawned, you send a screenshot of where it spawned to the gifter, and then they go and pick it up. So on the screen you'll see that I have a screenshot of where the MOC's landed, and the gifter is going to go and get it. So as a receiver, this is what it looks like. If you're at this point, if you're arriving now and you want to know, okay, what do you need to do the gift cards to friends glitch? All the instructions of the details of all the full requirements are at the beginning of the video. But this is more of informal way of looking at it. So the gifter goes and picks it up. Just remember, if it's not working, you probably have the same vehicle warehouse, or you don't have a personal storage, vehicle storage in the back of your MOC. So at the beginning of the video, I'll go in detail about those things. For the personal vehicle storage, I even show where on the website to get that. Alright, so once the gifter brings back the MOC, go check in the back of the MOC to see what car you have. Now I've put away my vehicle. Good. This is a donor vehicle that I'm happy to get rid of. So this will get deleted and replaced by the other vehicle. So as a receiver, once you see a vehicle, you get out and you get back into your MOC, and at this point only do you get onto your bike or onto the donor car. Donor car also has to have a minimum of 2 passengers. You can't do a glitch with cars that have only 1 passenger. No, there I pressed pause, but I didn't need to. I know some people are really good at noticing these things, so. Alright, only when you're outside of the MOC does the gifter go into the pause menu. The receiver will drive towards the blue circle, and there's going to be a pop-up that says press right on the D-pad to store this vehicle into your mobile operation center. Press right on the D-pad just once. It's automatically going to kick out the gifter, and then you have to back up and put the vehicle somewhere where no one can get stuck, so like it doesn't impact traffic, whether it's foot traffic or vehicle traffic. Then the gifter invites you to their CEO. You accept the invite. The gifter brings out a vehicle that is part of the import export and is eligible for this glitch, and they go through the blue interaction menu, request special vehicle, and request one of the vehicles I mentioned at the beginning of this video that is eligible for this glitch. In this case, we're going to go with the Phantom Wedge, just to show that it's not just the Runer or the Runer 2000 or the Voltic or the ramp buggy that is eligible. And the gifter needs to get it into the driver's side, and then the receiver gets into the passenger side. The gifter opens up their blue interaction menu, but the receiver doesn't, just the gifter. And gently, not the pause menu by the way, if you're seeing a map, that's not the blue interaction menu. Blue interaction menu is where you see your secure serve CEO. Alright, so from here you gently drive into the garage door, and then the receiver will open up their blue interaction menu, at which point the gifter closes theirs with circle. The gifter will stay in the vehicle as the receiver stays in the vehicle as the gifter ends up in the vehicle warehouse. Right now, what you're seeing is the receiver. So if I make a mistake with my words, I apologize. I'm just getting mixed up, but the receiver is the one you're seeing on your screen. Once the receiver gets out of the vehicle, gets kicked out of the vehicle, you leave the CEO, and then under service vehicles, request mobile operations center. Again, as the receiver, you send a screenshot of where your MOC is spawning. The reason you send a screenshot, as you can see there, is that it doesn't always spawn in the same spot. Furthermore, if there's a bunch of you in a session and people are watching, you do gift cards to friends, it might spawn like really far. So although it's fun to watch, if you're noticing that happens a lot when there's a group of you, like, and it's bothering you, just go into like an invite-only session and invite people as you're gifting cars. It'll just make the process a lot faster. Because at the end of the day, you want everyone to get a car. Alright, so now the gifter is driving the MOC to me as the receiver. And we're at the gifter's vehicle warehouse. The receiver, as you notice, stands very still. I always just open up the pause menu and leave it there. Avoiding gang wars, avoiding police issues, avoiding NPC fights. Now once the MOC arrives for the second time, the gifter will hide behind the MOC trailer by pressing R1. The receiver will notice the strong blue circle. Stand in front of it, press down on the D-pad, select one of the characters, let go of both buttons, press circle for no when you see the alert, and do that. I recommend 3 times. It's been working well for me when I do it 3 times. And then you enter alone. If you have a vehicle warehouse with a lot of traffic and your blue circle is on and off flickering, that can cause issues. Hey crew. Well, I'll be selling the cars that I merge later at the LS car meet. Alright, so then the gifter goes to the spot to drop off the vehicle, and the receiver will be in the black screen. As you notice, it's completely black. There's no loading circle. If there's a loading circle, it failed. You got to start again. Normally, loading circles caused by the blue circle flickering issues. That's what I've noticed the most. Or maybe you're in a session that's just bugged, so you just want to change sessions. So you can stay in the black screen for quite a while waiting for the vehicle to get put into the spot that I mentioned earlier on the map. And I'm going to, with my other character, I'm going to stand in the spot so that I can zoom in on it. No, I'm not going to run bugged in crew. You should get a buddy to help you out. So press down on the D-pad and then remember the character you selected earlier with your right joystick selected again. You won't be able to see it, as you can see with the black screen. Let go of both buttons, press the circle. And then you run towards your car. Sometimes you spawn in a funny little spot, like this character tends to spawn over there, but I just run in there and I press triangle to get into the vehicle. Again, I've done it again where I haven't allowed, with the other character, I haven't allowed vehicles under vehicle preferences. I haven't allowed everyone for some reason. I thought I had. What happens here is the person enters as a passenger, still comes into the MOC, but I can't get into the driver's side, so I can't drive this out. To fix that, the gifter needs to allow everyone to have car access. So you exit your MOC. If you're only passenger, you get back into your MOC. No, I won't be running bugged in crew. I just have a lot of things on, and it's I recommend you get a buddy. There's a lot of people in the PS5 community, or the GTA community, that run bugged in all the time. So there's like groups on Facebook and Reddit and so on. I'm more like I create modded cars, and I just test the gift card to friends glitch, and I drop vehicles at the spot, and I sell cars. So I have a lot on my plate already. So as the receiver, you drive the car back into your MOC once you have access to it, and this saves it. So this saves the vehicle. You have to drive it out, drive it back in. It's an initial save. I recommend that for anyone because sometimes you do get busy and you gotta go right as the gift cards to friends glitch is done. You don't have time to figure out which garage you're gonna put it into.
You're through to your garage. You need me to bring you a ride?
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to put this on level 5. I'm gonna try to remember that. I'll note it down.
Right, I'll get back to work.
Good luck out there, crew. I'm sure you'll find somebody. I also have videos of like the Cayo Perico, so if you have people who can help you with that as well. If you don't know how to do it, those videos are like very detailed. They're on my playlist. So that way you can make some good money. Level 5. I think it's called the Bravado. I'm not feeling well today, so I am not remembering the name of this car. I think it's a Bravado. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. So this would be technically a Benny's car, so it needs to be on F1s if for anyone interested, if you want it to be if you want it to be kind of like on the clean car scene. Alright, so what I'm doing is I got from my mechanic, I got a vehicle from Vinewood Garage level 5. Again, my short-term memory is really shot today. I'm not feeling well, but I will go back to the mechanic and make sure I do get one from level 5, because that's what I wrote down.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Knowing where my cars is probably one of the most important things for me. And eventually, once you get really good at giving cars to friends or merging, you'll notice that it'll become very important to you. So hopefully my little tricks help you. So when I get the zombie chopper from Vinewood Garage level 5 from my mechanic, it's going to spawn outside of the MOC. I'm going to drive it into the MOC, and it's going to, so the zombie's going to switch places with the vehicle in the MOC, so that means the vehicle in the MOC is going to go to Vinewood Garage level 5. And there's going to be a little alert, and I never read the alert, but you should be careful because sometimes it says it's going to delete your car. I learned that the hard way. Adding this vehicle to your mobile operations center will cause your currently stored personal vehicle to be transferred to a garage. Alright. And then again, once you drive it in, you walk out. You walk back in. Now Breeze, the other character, is actually still at the drop-off spot, so by inviting them over to the MOC they don't have to travel. Again, it's also very quiet and calm, so there's no conflict. I've been getting my bunker raided a lot, so I'm getting out of COs as quickly as I can these days. Alright, so once you're outside of the MOC, since this is a back-to-back gift cards to friends, I'm going to restart. So the receiver goes out of the MOC, waits until the gifter is in the pause menu, and then slowly drives towards the circle. When you see that notification on the top left, once this notification leaves, press right on the D-pad to store this vehicle into your mobile operations center. Press it once, hard, let go. It automatically kicks out the gifter. back up and store this motorcycle somewhere away from everybody. Now the gifter will start a CEO, invite the receiver to the CEO. If you're not getting raided all the time, you might stay in your CEO longer than I do. This part might be slightly faster for you. Then once you're in the CEO, the gifter has to go into the blue interaction menu, manage vehicles, request special vehicle, and get one of them vehicles that is from the vehicle warehouse that we spoke about at the beginning of the video. If you're ever wondering about settings or what you need to get the glitch coin, it's always going to be at the beginning of the video. One of the people commented that it would be useful in the videos, and I realized it was a good idea. So, although quite repetitive, it's very helpful for anyone who just wants to grab the last video and have all the information there. All right, so the gifter opens their blue interaction menu, brings over their vehicle warehouse vehicle. The receiver does not open theirs. They bump the garage door gently. The receiver opens the blue interaction menu. The gifter closes theirs. Now the gifter will get sucked into the vehicle warehouse, and the receiver will stay outside. You wait until the game kicks you out of the vehicle. You don't have to, but I think I have this theory that it helps the MOC spawn in a better place, but I'm probably wrong. Leave the CEO as the receiver. Go to Service Vehicles, Mobile Operations Center, request Mobile Operations Center, and then send out a screenshot to the gifter who's going to go get it.
I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. We should grab a beer or something. Oh yeah.
So then you wait for the MOC to come back, and you stand very, very still. Now this time I'm gonna give the Hakuchi drag, and then I'm gonna stop the stream, and then I'm gonna stream the merge of those two vehicles getting merged together, the Bravado on top of the Hakuchi drag, just so that I have a Hakuchi drag with white wheels and a different exterior color, unselected exterior color than the green one. Then I'll sell them both at the LS Car Meet. Alright, so then the gifter hides behind the MOC trailer with pressing R1. The receiver heads over to the circle, press down on the D-pad, selects a character with the right joystick. Let's go with both buttons at the same time. You get a quit error message. Press circle to decline that, to go to story mode, so you do that 3 times. If you're new at this, do it 3 times. If you're doing it with somebody you don't do it very often, do it 3 times. If you do this very often and it works for you less than 3 times, that's fine. But if you're getting my recommendation, that's what I would say. Now the gifter is going to drop off the vehicle at the location, the drop-off zone. Oh, this time I didn't bring it out, so I have to call my mechanic and find it, which is pretty sure that it's in Vinewood Garage level 2. Oh no, it's not. Level 1. Alright, and then I drop it off at the designated spot. Once it's there, let the person know who's in the black screen. The screen should be completely black. If you have any kind of loading circle, it's not going to work. Then you press down on the D-pad, remember which character you selected with the right joystick, and then you let go of both buttons. You should get this error message that you see on your screen. Press circle. You're gonna be in this weird, like, out-of-body experience mode. What you want to do is you want to walk towards your vehicle. If the vehicle is close to a NPC car, get on the passenger side to avoid getting into the NPC vehicle. And there you go. Now I have it. So I am going to end the stream here, and I'm going to do the next stream, which is a live stream of the merge between these two vehicles, to give a daily update on whether this merge glitch still works. But at least we know that the gift card to friends glitch is still working.
Oh, you own one, huh? I'm finna put you the fuck out the game.
I'm trying to create better thumbnails. Just a little bit more attractive thumbnails. Alright, so wishing you all good giving cars to friends glitching, and I will see you very soon. Yeah, it was cool earlier in the chat to see people doing it, because other people could see from the chat that it was still working live. So it's nice to see the community growing, so that people are believing that this is all happening for real. All right, so I will see you guys soon. Take care.